Hello everyone, this is the Underdog, aka the German Viking, and today I wanted to cover two articles. It's basically one, but I want to give you the context with another article from the Mary Sue, a gem of an outlet. I'm not being really sarcastic about that. So I'm gonna read or just partially cover this article. You can read it for yourself. So this is from 2015, just to give you an idea how much of a grudge this garbage outlet has about Ronda Rousey and can't get over the fact that biology is also a thing. So here we go. In an interview with the New York Post 2 years ago, Rousey commented on transphobic rant made by UFC fighter Matt Mitrione about fellow female MMA fighter Fallon Fox, who is trans woman. Mitrione was suspended for it. Meanwhile, Rousey, while admitting that Mitrione deserved the suspension and that he worded his thoughts poorly, then went on to defend those views, saying about Fox, she can try hormones, chop her pecker off, but it's still the same bone structure as a man has. It's an advantage. I don't think it's fair. I understand the UFC doesn't want to be associated with views like Mitrione's. I'm also glad they didn't straight cut him. I guess it's good she's using correct pronouns. Oh my God! Seriously, Marisu. Rosie has competed against intersex athletes in judo before, but didn't take issue with that because that was something they didn't choose. Yeah, because it's a birth defect. Showing a fundamental ignorance about what being trans even means. Rosie continued, it's not something that happened to Fox, it was a decision she made. She would be aware in her career after that. It's going to be an arduous path. I don't know why she's surprised by that. It's going to draw a lot of emotions. What if she became UFC champion and we had a transgender women's champion? It's a very socially difficult situation. What's worse is that Rosie claims she came to the conclusions after doing research. Yeah, I mean, there was also this tennis player who did this not too long ago, and she basically got roasted by the SGWs, or roasted is too kind of word, harassed her online. If she'd actually done more than a cursory Google search as part of this research, that's quite interesting coming from you guys. You don't even do that, to be honest. She might have come to learn that trans women undergoing hormone replacement therapy actually lose muscle mass and bone density, which means they wouldn't have any advantage over a cis woman fighting in sport like MMA. So why are trans women breaking records? There was just a woman or a trans woman, I don't want to call this a woman, breaking 9 world records in one go. How and you have these trans women who compete in track, and they beat everyone. They smashed the competition. And there was also this trans woman in Australia who broke world records. Are you serious? Most major sports authorities, including the International Olympic Committee, and they just ruled that Semenya, I believe her name is, who is intersex, has to go on hormones to reduce because she is intersex, or whatever you want to call it. She has a birth defect, so she's not completely female when it comes to her body. And the Association of Boxing Commission acknowledged this and allowed trans athletes to compete according to how they identify, so long as they are legally that gender. But why aren't they making their own league? I mean, it's just denying biology. If trans athletes had so much of an advantage over cis women in competition, wouldn't they be winning every sport when they compete all the time? Well, that's what they're doing right now. Wouldn't cis female athletes be getting disproportionately injured all the time? That just doesn't happen. Citation needed, the Marisu. I'm going to need a citation. And it's disheartening to know someone like Rousey, who had potential to be a role model for all women. That's your claim. She is a role model. And yet her sport of choice is not only operating from a place of willful ignorance, but from a place of fear, a land of scary trans misogynist what ifs that have absolutely zero basis in fact. You're projecting pretty hard now, and you're actually trying to make a straw man that she isn't saying and projecting your own argument. So, though her original comments were made 2 years ago, she has yet to clarify and amend them. Why does she have to amend them? And she has yet to fight Fallon Fox in competition, as Fox is as yet not allowed in the UFC. In an awesome interview with Judgment, Fox commented on Rousey saying, I mean, her whole thing is like, look at what I did. I was persistent. This is how I got women into UFC. I didn't take no for an answer. I never stopped, and I rose to the top, and I convinced Dana White, UFC president, because I was persistent. But when I'm persistent, when I'm persistent about transgender women, they're like, you should just stop, just go away, don't even try to attempt it. Now Rousey is doing the gatekeeping. Oh my god. So now let's get actually into the article, because I wanted to give you the contact. Now they're out about and they want to go after Ronda Rousey yet again. 4 years later, they just can't get over the fact. The real issues with Ronda Rousey playing Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat 11. There's a lot of good about NetherRealm Studios' new Mortal Kombat game, and because of the game, her previous transphobic comics, among others, and the fact that in the game she isn't exactly good as Sonya either. Well, that's a subjective opinion, isn't it? Those comments appeared in New York Post interview regarding Fallon Fox, a trans woman and professional fighter, which former Mary Sue staffer. Well, I just covered it, so I'm not gonna read the quote again. Consider the very recent issue of IAAF polling the sexist testosterone rule that both reeks of racism and transphobia. Oh boy. Oh boy. So it's racism and transphobia. Oh my god. Although Castor Semenya is not trans, the language being used is very much akin to transphobic statements about testosterone. So biology is transphobic and racist. So, setting a limit of something that is from a birth defect, giving her an advantage, is racist and transphobic. We live in a clown world. Hong Kong, everyone. Hong Kong. And we can see that the mentality behind these comments has a far reach and affects both trans and cis women because of the way we speak about gender. Gender is not sex. I just have to say this right now. Gender and sex are two very different things. You cannot change your sex. And the wording around gender, you shouldn't be. You can't change your gender as well. I mean. Anyways, Rousey has also shared some terrible Sandy Hook conspiracy ideology on her platform. On her account, she reposted a video highlighted a conspiracy theory about the shooting. Rousey called it an extremely interesting and must-watch video. Oh my god. She's not. Oh my god. She's not even saying this is true. It's just extremely interesting. This is people thought criming. You're not allowed to think anything different. This is seriously authoritarian from you, Mary Sue. She can't have her a wrong think, and you have to basically ostracize over this. And when this was met with obvious and overwhelming pushback, she deleted the video and followed up by saying, asking questions and doing research is more patriotic than blindly accepting what you're told. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's how you handle that situation. That's how you handle it. You don't apologize. Either of these things by themselves would be terrible. Altogether, it's just disgusting. Yeah, because you can never be wrong. Just like you are wrong here. This vitriolic article is just a piece of garbage that is heavily biased and is lying about Ronda Rousey. And I would frankly claim this is defamation. I didn't know about the Sandy Hook comments before, while I vaguely remembered her comments about Fallon Fox. It wasn't until I looked back at Teresa's piece that I was reminded of what she actually said. Reading Riando's piece and revisiting these statements was a reminder to me that we as feminists, as we defend against sexism and the unnecessary vitriol against women, must also recognize when other women are harmful. While I've defended Sonya's age and animation in the game, I should have looked into the criticism about Rousey's from other good faith sources. What good faith sources? So Waypoint is a good source? Are you serious? The highly biased Waypoint that is basically another feministic outlet. Why don't you cite one angry gamer in your article to be balanced? But you don't, because you're a piece of shit garbage outlet. That's why. This is the problem of having a cesspool of sexism criticism take over the larger narrative about gaming. We lose sight of other games, of other things, because we're so busy battling the trolls. Everyone is a troll, according to you. Shut up. That we can miss out on the good faith criticism that's telling us to take another look. I love Mortal Kombat 11, but knowing this now, if Ronda Rousey returns for the next installment and doesn't clarify some of the statements and show some growth over the past couple of years, then I'm going to skip it. Who cares? Who cares if you're basically on the soapbox telling another to listen to you for some goddamn reason, and they should listen to you because your comments are so important, and they should listen to you because you think that what Ronda Rousey did is despicable. Why don't the rest of us get this luxury, huh? Why don't the rest of us get to demand a developer change their game because we don't like something? So when we tell another realm that they're being stupid by having clothes that we basically think they should have in the game and not be prudes and Puritans about this, we're called man babies. When they remove the basically the okays and from Johnny Cage, we're told we're man babies. When we point out the issues with microtransactions, we are called man babies. When we're telling outlets like this being highly unethical and have issues, we're called man babies, women hating, transphobic, racist, xenophobic, etc., etc. Yet when you're on this soapbox, you're allowed to do this because you have the right views, you know the right people. This is such garbage. So this is actually what she's saying at the end of the article. She should also take some acting lessons because, yeah, the performances were not it. How do you mess up a bad reputation quip? Johnny Cage would never. So this is the article, and you can't comment on it because, if you just have any other views that they don't like, they basically ban you for hate speech. This is such a garbage take on this, and basically lying about and basically misrepresenting her views because you don't like her basically taking a realistic approach to her arguments, where she doesn't think that biological men who transition into presenting as women aren't women, and they shouldn't claim to be women, and she didn't want to fight transgender athletes while she was competing. No, she's of course in WWE, so it's something quite different. Anyways, let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.